Good, zero views. I'm walking, uh, doing my morning walk, which is my routine here in Subic. They have a good pathway here where I'm safe. I don't go around. I just go around the parking lot, and the pavement of the road, as you can see, it's good for foot therapy for tree flex. So talagang medyo masakit siya, nakakatusok, no? Uh, this is what I do. I do everything. I listen to the music, and then I do some thoughts, and then I do my exercise as well. So that's life. I make the most out of everything. If I can two things, three things at a time, then I do it. Okay, let's move forward to the topic. It just flashed into my mind. You know what? Sometimes God talks to you, you know? Okay, God talks to you and connect with you. For me, I I firmly believe that we are the Bible is true that we are an image of God and we have connections with God. Why? We are all made from the same particles, carbon, uh, hydrogen, the basic amino acids of life. So each of those stones, okay, the plants, the sea, we are all connected, all animal life forms. So even throughout the universe, we're connected to it with our genetic code. Genes, okay, this is one theory I have. The genes have their own memory. Well, they have the DNA, the codes embedded in the genes, right? So those are the stored memories that we should be uh, that will, what do you call this? This will reflect the, what do you call this? It will manifest our being, our appearances, our brains, our thoughts, how long will we live, or how the diseases that we're gonna have. Is it gonna be cancer? We're gonna be dying of heart disease. Do we have a genes of addiction? Do we have a genes for anything? Bipolar? Uh, are your hands big? Not big, long. Uh, Even your sex organ, no? That's determined by genes. Okay, let's go back. Now, I was thinking about addiction of life. Addiction of life, okay. While I was walking, a thought came into me. We're in. This hurts. This fucking thing hurts. Uh, Yan. Masakit yan sa paa. Okay. Pero, tinitiis ko. I bear the pain. Okay? Now, let's cut it short. It's getting longer. Ang dami ko sideways. No? That's the reason nobody watches me. It's I'm not focused. Anyway, so the thought came into my mind like what can hurt you? What the what hurt can kill you will only make you stronger. Okay? Stronger in the body, stronger in life, stronger in the brain. Okay? Now, so I thought like accept, right? Accept addiction. I mean, you cannot be strong in gambling. You cannot be strong uh, in drugs or vices or sex or anything that's stupid and that can kill you. Like doing adventures, no? Adventures like skydiving, motorbike, motocross, uh, drag racing. So then some people would think, right? Like, if it's my time, it's my time. You know what? This is what I'm gonna tell you. If it's your time, right? If you will insist on that theory, if it's your time, it's your time. Then why don't you jump off the cliff or jump off the building and check if it's your time or not, right? Correct? If it's your time, then tumawid ka sa alambre or sa bubong. Okay? Check yourself. Tumawid ka every day sa bubong. Okay? Then, if it's your time, it's your time. Diba? You can walk the building, you can walk the roof deck 30 years every morning and check if it's your time. Then you're gonna fall, right? But for me, that's fucking stupid. You don't jump off the cliff and then check if you're gonna survive or not. That's stupid. Okay? I'm sorry for the word stupid. It's not really meaning insult. It's just like the stupid means to me. It's a way of like you not analyzing the truth and the factual things surrounding a certain thesis or observation in life. Okay? If you don't know it, then, I mean, if you're not capable of thinking deep or doing research, or you you don't do a scientific process, uh, di ba? Scientific experiment, then you'll fall into a stupid conclusion. Correct? Okay? So you have to know a lot. You have to ask people. You have to, I mean, check everything, not according to yourself, because of course, yung self mo is just made of ego. Now let's go back to addiction. Sorry, no, wala na naman, no? Let's go back to addiction. Well, it has to go do with the ego, right? So our brain has a defense mechanism. Wow, it hurts. Okay, our brain has a defense mechanism. Okay, one of them is addiction or escapism. Escapism, when you're hurt, when you're down, when you're depressed, or things don't go your way, what you do is like you escape it. What? Drinking, drugs, gambling, sports, dangerous sports, you know. So, example, sleeping pills. Okay, so you drink one pill, it relieves you, right? It relieves you, so that's you're okay. So you can sleep. The next thing, you can't sleep because you didn't exercise, or you slept like 18 hours or 16 hours. Of course, the next night, you're not gonna fall asleep, correct? Some people are stupid. So what they do is they drink another pill. Lakas yata ng boses ko. Anyway, so they drink, that's why I'm in the parking lot. They drink another pill, okay, the next night, and then until it goes on for like 30 days, and then after, what's gonna happen is like the one pill won't be effective as much because your body becomes tolerant, no? That's true. Anything your body takes and you depend on, you become tolerable. I mean, even with antibiotic, no? So you become antibiotic resistant. So don't, well, for me, antibiotic is a killer unless you have a serious fucking infection, okay? Like pus, nana, no? Then you can drink antibiotic. Uh, unless not needed, then don't, because it will kill your good bacteria in the body. Okay, you just don't know how useful this. I'm gonna go another topic on that one in regards to the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. But when you drink antibiotic, it kills all bacteria, good and bad. The problem is the good. We depend on it. Our gut depend on it. Our immune system depend on the good bacteria. Okay, as you can see, I'm gonna give you some info. Our human body is majority are microbes, and we're only 30 to 40% human cells. 40% of the cells, I mean, I'm not saying physical count or territory or taking a certain portion, okay? Uh, because I forgot how many billions we have of microbes. Microbes includes bacteria, fungus, virus, all of those things, okay? So came from that, right? The first life form on Earth are the bacteria. So they came from the algae, from the volcano eruption, the hot water combining with the cold water. So that's how life started. Okay, so we all came from that bacteria. Okay, uh, they're the oldest life form on Earth. Okay, for your info. So anyway, let's go back. Napunta na naman tayo sa body, no? Let's go back to pa tayo napunta doon in terms of addiction, no? So yeah, because like I told you about drinking antibiotic. Anyway, so that is a, what do you call this? Escapism. Addiction is a form of escapism. Uh, if your mind is weak, then you're vulnerable to addiction. You're vulnerable. Well, most people who have weak mind, they die early. Okay. I mean, well, there's no study about it, but in my observation, the people who are weak and who don't think straight or who cannot survive emotionally with depression or anxiety or any certain bad events, they die early compared to a strong mind. Um, so anyway, let's go back to addiction. That's a different topic in regards to, you know what, there's a lot of study that has to be made in terms of anti-aging life and behaviors of humans, no? uh, because like science is also limited. Now we can access YouTube, Google, and so there's a lot of experiments and clinical trials now ongoing live. Okay, uh, most notably the US universities like Cambridge, MIT, uh, Harvard, well, Yale. Uh, those are the leading figures in terms of clinical trials and studies, which are out of the box. Okay, so you have to watch them as well, so you can see their views and you'll be enlightened, not surrounded by this stupid media, you know, stupid surroundings, environment. Siyempre, lahat mal-edukado na katabi mo, magiging mal-edukado ka din. You have to talk to intelligent people in order for you to be intelligent as well. If you will surround yourself, I mean, ano ba sabi? Ano yun? What's the saying? Uh, you are defined by the people surrounding you. Okay? So that's the reason why, ba't ko kinukulit minsan, yung mga taong whom I know I'm gonna get knowledge and wisdom. Okay? Kilala nyo na yon, yung isa. Yung daddy kong boss, no? And then one of my friend also, no? I mean, they're the only two. Sometimes my eldest brother I can speak to in terms of, well, the only thing I can speak with my brother is like the financials, you know, economy, corporations, world economy, current events. So that's what with my brother. But in terms of life, I cannot talk to him about it. I talk to somebody else. So I talk mostly to my boss, my ex-boss, because she's been a lot. Uh, she's been through a lot. So she has so many lessons embedded in herself. So that's the reason why I really push to talk to her or have dinner, because what we talk is about life and practicality of life. That's something deep that only few people can relate, right? Um, Kasi if you talk to somebody, what you can talk about is what? Chismes, politics, um, the virus. So it's so shallow, right? For me kasi, I cannot talk about something which will not feed me or which will not benefit me. Tapos na yung ano ko, nagchinelas na ako. Which, ano, no, okay, I don't talk which will not feed me and which will not benefit me. Two things. Tandaan mo yon. If the talk is shallow, I would rather get out. Okay, I'll say bye. Okay, talk amongst yourself because I have no time for bullshits. Okay, so yon. Let's go back to addiction as well, no? Addiction, ano pa ba? Kasi addiction, it relates to a lot of things, no? And then your body, especially drugs, no? Now let's talk about, ano, okay, tapos yung drugs. Probably you understand it. The body becomes dependent on the substance, and then you take more, and then until you die, like Whitney Houston, right? So let's talk about gambling. Why do they gamble? Bakit naging addiction ang gambling? Even in my own family, not my recent family. It's just like my third generation lola, lolo. They all succumbed to gambling and losing all their fortunes. My grandmother used to own an island with yachts and boats and rice fields, and lahat nawala because of gambling. Okay? So she gambled because mahal na mahal niya yung first husband niya, which is my lolo. Then they separated. Then she never got over it. That's the right term. She never got over it. Up to the time that we were born and then we were young, and then the bedside story, she would still tell me the story how they met. Okay, during the early 20s in Malacanang, because my lolo used to be the first pilot of the Philippines, no? So she never got over it. She still loved my lolo. So what did she do? She escaped it through gambling. Kasi in gambling, it will take your mind off what is worrying you, what is doing the anxiety. It will take it off. Why? Because you are focused on winning. You are focused on the bet. You are focused on the game, right? So that's an escapism. Okay, so okay, let's relate now. Bakit may addiction? It's because it's an escapism from a disturbed brain or mind, right? Let me tell you the difference between the brain. What's the difference between the brain and the mind? Okay? The brain is the organ. The mind is the activity of the brain. It is the identity made by the brain, including your ego, what you are, what you think you are, but actually you're not. You define as the me, I. Okay? That's the mind. Okay? So the activity is like a computer. So computer, the hardware is the CPU, and then the games are the mind activity. So that's simple. Okay? So let me go back. Addiction. Okay, let's go back. Addiction is caused by escapism of a weak brain because they cannot accept reality. They cannot accept what happened to them. They can't accept the truth. Okay, they reject it. And just imagine, a lot of people die and lose their fortune because of that one thing, one factor, because they cannot accept reality, right? Um, for me, I can say it. Before, when I was a kid, yes, I cannot accept reality that my mom and my dad will die when I was young, when I was 7, until at the age of 11, wherein I knew they're gonna die someday, and I don't want to be hurt. So what did I do? I stayed away from them. Uh, I, I put a wall, uh, especially with my mom. I have to say sorry for my mom. Before binubuhat niya ako, and then there was a time she was shocked because ayoko nang lumapit sa kanya. Okay? So that's the point, no? I'm just pointing out, like when I was young, I cannot accept that reality wherein my parents are gonna die someday. So probably that's me. I always think ahead, and I was prepared for the worst. So the bad thing that happened was uh, I lost I lost that moment with my parents since the time of 11 to 19, and then 19 lumayas na ako. Okay, I stayed in the banqueta in the Luneta, and then I became a waiter, and then until napasok ako sa casino, that's the time I went back to them. But of course it was like the casino kasi will be assigned outside Metro Manila, so that's my way of going back. At the same time, I'll be away from them. Okay, well, being away because like I think I'm not growing in that house. uh, I needed something. It's not because they're bad, no. It's because I was stuck. I know I'm not gonna grow inside that house, so I have to go out and live life and learn kung ano ang buhay sa labas. Anong may buhay na mag boarding house ka, tumulog ka sa luneta, because I envy them. But there was a time, nauso yung luneta, like a lot of you, like after Malate, you drink in Malate, then you go to luneta to walk or to eat. Then I see all these homeless people sleeping in luneta. Then nainggit ako sa kanila. Sabi ko, how can they do that? And I cannot. So ginawa ko yon. So I slept in luneta for like 3 weeks. Pumipila ako sa banyo tuwing umaga to take a mini shower. Then I was a member of Dusit, Manila Garden Banon Health Club. So they have a sauna, they have shower, they have a gym, wherein I'm a member. So that's where I take my shower. Anyway, going back to addiction. Okay, I'm happy that I see a lot of people jogging, exercising, biking. We're gonna talk about that another topic. Why walking is important, especially if you're getting old, especially if you're 45 or upwards, no? Why we have to walk? Why there has to be some movements in our body? Okay, because that's part of anti-aging. So let's discuss it. Like, I don't know, it's getting longer. How many minutes now? Uh, it's just like 4 minutes. No, 24. So yon. So that's addiction, no? Addiction, okay, let's conclude it, is a result of a weak mind. Hindi niya ma-escape, hindi niya ma-accept ang reality. So that's the reason why they go into addiction. Solution, di ba? Hindi naman lahat tayo condemn. Solution, okay, solution is there are some addictive properties or addictive what do you call this, good addictive programs that you can do. Okay, it's natural. It's natural. We're in. To call this. We need to escape. I mean, I'm not that strong all the time. We're not all that strong all the time. Everybody escapes. Everybody does that. Nobody in the fucking world will deny it. Okay? Even the Dalai Lama, even the priests, even the nuns, they have to escape. Okay? So, okay, what are the forms of escapism that are safe and productive? With me, what I did was I became addictive with music. Well, probably it's embedded in my genes. I love music. Uh, all kinds. Classical, rock, jazz, pop, name it. Opera, Broadway. I love them. My brain becomes happy. Especially if the sounds are analog and talagang lumalabas lahat yung instrument sa speaker. Oh my God, that's heaven. And then I have my coffee or my glass of wine. Oh, that will be, that's a good fucking escapism because like the music, when you are internalize the music that you really love, it takes over your brain. Okay, it takes over your brain. Uh, we're in, alam mo nyo ba, okay, this has to be a study. There has to be a study, okay? We're in, what do you call this? There has to be a study. We're in, the activity between the left and the right brain connects. What are those? Because they don't really connect, okay? But the geniuses with high IQs and the artists, nagko-connect yung right and left brain. Okay? So, what are those instances? Anyway, sige, let's tackle this another topic. The crossbreeding of the right and the left. Okay? Just to give you a hint, the left-handed people are more intelligent than the right-handed people. Okay, I'll explain why in some other topic. Let's go back. So music takes over the brain and then it energizes the neurons. And the activity in the neurons becomes active with the brain. Or with art. When you're painting, when you're sculpting, you have this bliss. You have this bliss. Or when you're singing internally and you're happy, kahit hindi sintonado ka, you experience a bliss. It's like a drug. Or when you're meditating, okay, that's another way of doing it. You meditate, because when you meditate, you internalize. You stop the thought function of the brain. That's another big topic to talk about, no? What is the thought? Are you the thought? Okay, forget it. No, mahabang topic yan. So it stop. Pag tumigil yung thought, that's the time nakakapasok yung inner energy ng brain. Sabi nga nila sa yoga, sa Bhagavad Gita, yung Kundalini. The Kundalini starts from the spine, from the back, sa baba hanggang pataas patungo sa brain. So when you do yogic asanas, like yung yoga, and then you meditate, then you become pure, you eat vegetarian food, you eat only raw, not really raw, but organic, then it increases everything in your life. And you don't eat processed food, so it becomes different. You become different. Okay, so that's another topic, because the food can also strengthen, what you eat can also strengthen your brain or your mind. Okay, if you eat junk food, then forget it. You're not going to be intelligent. Your brain's going to be clogged up. Okay, so it also starts with the brain. If you're eating McDonald's and then drinking Coke and then eating pepperoni, okay, or canned food or ham, then forget it. Okay, you're not gonna be intelligent, even if you study in Harvard. you will never be intelligent. Okay, because your brain will be malnutrition of nutrients that is needed, especially the essential minerals, no? You will not get it. And the chlorophyll, the leafy greens, so you need that. Humans are, the human body is designed to be a vegetarian, not a carnivore, okay? So that's another topic that we're going to discuss. Uh, yon. I think I've tackled, yeah. Another productive is like number one is arts, right? Number two, what I do is you go into a hobby that is safe, productive. Okay, example me. Well, I collect vinyls, so that's music again. Then number two, I love I love out of town trips. I drive. I love nature. I love outdoor camping. Ano mo mawawala sa'yo? And it's good for your health because when you're near the sea, that is the best type of air you can get in the world. Okay? When you're near the beach. That's the reason why we are sometimes addicted to the beach because our mini brain, our subconscious tells us that's good for you, even though you don't know it. Okay? So may mga instinct tinatawag. So instinct is a different topic to talk about. Instinct is a way for the brain, subconscious, to tell you and to trick you, for your conscious mind not to be aware, and then your subconscious dictating it to you for you not being aware that it's dictating what's good for you. Okay, medyo malalim na naman yon, no? So yeah, you go with nature. That's another safe topic. Then number three, well, for me, no, it's about making money. What's wrong with making money? Di ba? uh, when I was young, when I was a dreamer, I told my guru, I have a guru way back when I was 18, 19. Uh, she's the one who taught me yoga, asanas, being a vegetarian, and then to the point wherein I developed some psychic powers. Nung na-develop ko yung psychic powers, uh, I hated it. Why? Because what will it benefit me? Yung psychic powers ko, ano, magyabang? Do you want to see future accidents happening in front of you before it happens? Eh, di ba? Ano magagawa na? Eh, putang ina, di lalo tumagal yung nasaktan ako. Mabuti lang makita ko nila actual. Ba't ko patatagalin? Paano ko nakita ko 1 month before? May namatay na mahal ko. Correct? So that's a different topic again to discuss about psychic powers. Is it advantage? Is it advantageous or disadvantageous? Okay, that's a different matter. And then astral projection. Okay, alam mo ba? Hahaba na naman to. With astral projection, it's okay. Your soul umaalis sa body mo, especially in deep sleep, right? The problem is sometimes hindi ka makabalik. Pag hindi ka nakabalik, patay yung body. Okay? So mahirap yon. I experienced it several times. And then, minsan nahulaan ko when I was dealing cards in the casino, without me even guessing it or what. Kunyari, hit or stay, blackjack. Biglang maka-flash sa mind ko, Jack of Hearts. Biglang paghirit ng customer, lumalabas Jack of Hearts. Yung para bang fuck. Okay? So ang point ko, eh ano yun? So what? So what? Kung nahulaan mo, bakit? May reward ba yan? May prize ba yan? Wala naman, di ba? It only shocks you, di ba? So tinanggal ko. What I did, kumain ako ng crispy pata at binom ako ng beer at nagyosi ako during that time para matanggal yung psychic powers ko. What stayed in me was the being a mind reader. I could easily read minds without even you talking. I can check, nafe-feed ako kung what's going on in your brain. So yun yung naiwan. So what I did was take advantage of it. And now I'm into sales. So, pag may kaharap akong client, madali ko siya mabasa. So, what do? I please them para matuloy yung benta. Okay? Kasi benta lang naman yan eh. You have to please the client. Okay? That's sales. Sales is pleasing the client. Period. It's not about you earning commissions. No. It is pleasing the client. So, mga sales dyan, makinig kayo. Yun ang sales. Service and pleasing the client. If you want to stay long in real estate, do that. At huwag kayong magnanakaw or huwag kayong take advantage of other people or clients, no? I'm not saying I'm perfect. In a way, it happened once or twice or thrice. But after that, sabi ko, wow, I think it was a mistake to take advantage of other people. So I stop it, okay? Anyway, so what else, no? To escape anxiety, depression, you exercise. Like what I'm doing. You exercise, you walk, because you can relate. Because what you do is like, when you walk, the brain activity changes. Naiiba. Especially with your breathing. Alam mo ba, with breathing exercise alone, you can change the thought, yung brain activity. Nawawala yung depression mo. Mag-relaxel ka lang. Mag-ano ka, high interval. Tanggal yung thoughts mo. Tanggal yung, what do you call this? Tanggal yung depression mo. Exercise. Mahirap talaga sasabihin ng brain mo, don't do that. Don't exercise. Wag. Kasi dapat nakaupo ka na lang sa isang tabi, nakukulong ka sa kwarto. That's what you should do. You have to battle your brain or your mind. You have to battle them. Kung hindi, you're a loser. You're gonna be a loser in life if you cannot beat your own mind, your brain. Your first obstacle, and our number one enemy natin is the brain. Is our own brain, not other people, not the environment, not the war in Ukraine. It is us. Ang kalaban natin, sarili natin. Kung kaya mo kontrolin yung sarili mo, then that's the time you move forward towards beating the environment or doing a cause, to save nature, recycling, campaigning for the right person, right? So, yon. Mauna muna yung sarili mo. Focus on yourself. Because how can you help others if you are yourself helpless and weak? Okay? Medyo tumatagal na to So, wow. Anyway, so I hope you're not bored with this. It's about addiction, pero it's segued to a lot of topics because it's somehow connected. There's so many issues. There's so many elements of depression, anxiety, and addiction. There's a lot. Okay? So, it has to be a holistic approach. Not only, okay, take sedative, you sleep and that's it. No, it's not. That's not true. Sometimes the doctor are ill-equipped. I'm sorry, pero talaga naman hindi naman kayo updated Diba, what you studied was what? 10 years ago, 20 years ago? And you never studied again. Paulit-ulit ka lang. Sige, take this. Mag-prescription ka. Then kumita ka sa gamot. Diba? I mean, you want... It became a business. It's not treating people. It became a business. So, that's something bad. Okay? So, that's something bad. Let's discuss the other issues, Humahaba na naman about the doctors. And, I mean, the whole, pharma, the whole thing, how they manipulate us, how they are making money out of us, like all the people. We are controlled. You know what? We are like batteries. We are like slaves of the big corporations. Saan na pupunta ba lahat ng pera nyo? Di ba sa kanila? Kuryente, gasolina, tubig, kotse, kinakain mo, internet. Correct? Lahat yun, binuus mo sa korporasyon. Wala ka tinitira sa sarili mo. And then, nagtatrabaho ka na naman ulit dahil wala kang ipon. You're a slave. We are slaves. That's another topic to talk about. Okay? So don't be a slave. You have to be independent. What you need, you don't need to buy. Don't buy it. Okay? Kahit marami kang pera, magtipid ka. Okay? Kung you do research, makakamura ka. Anyway, So that's it, no? I hope somebody can watch this video and just leave a comment if it's educational, boring, or mayabang ako. Pero tanggap ko na yan, okay? Mayabang talaga ako. Mayabang ako, I intimidate people. That's my fun. I like intimidating people. I like pushing them around. I love to bully them para magising sila sa katotohanan. Not because pero the weak people, my God, I help them. Lalo yung mga may kailangan, yung helpless. Pero kung tamad, sinisipa ako sa patyon. Okay? So that's it. Bye.